Sea el Santísimo. Sea el Santísimo. Madre mía de la caridad, ayúdanos, ampáranos, en el nombre de Dios. Ay, Dios.
Sea el Santísimo. Sea el Santísimo.
Hello, my spiritual beings. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And what we're going to talk about today is what is a Misa. So I've had a lot of people ask me, hey China, what is a Misa? What you do at a Misa? And things of that nature. Now, in the religion of Ifa, in the Santeria side of things, they hold a lot of Misas. And some people would think that it's kind of like TV, where it's like you holding a seance. It's nothing like that, right? So pretty much a Misa is you get together, and it's pretty much like a big old ancestral reading for everybody in the room. So what are you really doing is calling into the spirits of everyone in the room to receive messages for whatever they may need help with, whatever they may need guidance on, and whatever that they need confirmation on. And usually how the setup is that you have two people at the head of the table. Now the head of the table, they are mediums, okay, but that doesn't mean that only them two are the only ones that's allowed to speak. Everyone is allowed to speak. Now what I found out, there are different styles of Misas. I have been to a Cuban style of Misa before, and with that Misa, we really didn't do much of talking. We did mostly of singing and to the Orisha and things of that nature. So that was a tad bit different, but what I'm mostly used to is calling on everyone's spirit to come through and to see what messages that they may have. Now, sometimes the spirit might not even want to talk. Sometimes the spirit just want to show themselves. We actually had a Misa last Sunday, and I had a couple of spirits come through, and all they did was show themselves. And one of the women in the room, she showed a picture of her grandfather, which she didn't really know too well, and he was the person that I saw. He was a happy spirit. So sometimes spirits come through in that nature and in that sense. Usually Misas are all about light, positivity, and things of that nature. So when you go to Misas, pretty much there is like not a ofrenda, but pretty much in the setup in the way. So you will set your glasses of water. You will set all the things like the candle, the flowers that represent them, and then there's a bowl of water with Florida water and usually white flowers or light colored flowers in there, so you can cleanse yourself off before we start the Misa. Afterwards, we start to read a book of prayers out of this book. And that book is really for you to call down onto the spirits. I'm going to drop the book in the video because I forgot to grab mine. Mine is a little older and different than what a lot of people have. So I'm going to just drop a picture of the book probably right here so you can see what it is. There's a lot of prayers that we say before we start the Misa, and then we start singing hymns, whether it's in Spanish or it's in English, and then we get started with the Misa. Then the spirits come down. Usually during that time we start passing around rum. We do cigar smoke, because a lot of my spirits love smoke. When I'm about to do a reading, when I just need to call them through, smoke is one of my requirements for my spirits, right? So we do cigar smoke, and then the Misa starts. And then usually, if you have to get up in the middle of the Misa, you put something in your seat, because you don't want a spirit to sit there and a spirit come through you, okay? It can happen. And just because spirits come through in these Misas does not mean that all these spirits are good spirits. You do have some bad spirits that want to come through, because see, you got to look at it like this. Spirits be so excited that they finally hear and see. They be like, oh, we finally have a medium in the room that never heard us or never saw us. So now it's like they're trying to fight to see who can get in front to say what they got to say or try to come through or whatever, right? So you want to make sure you always put something in your seat. Also, during the Misa, you don't want to cross your arms, your fingers, or your legs, because your messages can get crossed that way. Okay, you want everything to come through and smooth, so it can be a good flowing Misa throughout the circle. When you go into a Misa, you always want to wear either white, have your head covered, your already covered, or you want to wear light colors if you don't have that much of white. It's understandable that a lot of people don't have white in their wardrobe, especially when it comes to dealing with spiritual things, and that's okay. But try to wear light colors if you can, because at the end of the day, spirits are dealing with, if it's not dealing with white, it's dealing with the 9 colors. So you also have that. So hopefully I gave you enough information, of course, as you saw in the videos previous, of how the setup was, how it looked, and pretty much that's what a Misa is. So until next time, my spiritual beings, peace, love, and progress.